very difficult. And you realize that the older children get, the more difficult it is to actually figure out what they want. And the last thing you want is to do what I did for my cousin, my 7-year-old cousin. I didn't realize how big she had gotten, so I got her a kitchen set. And I remember her just looking at it, oh, thank you, Natalie. And then it just sat on the dining table for the longest time, and I was just like, just wishing that she would go and rip it open and start using it, because you want the person you have gifted
obviously to experience the games, to use it, and all of that. Very, very important when you give someone. But that's the thing. That's where people, like, a lot of people don't know what to give people. They're thoughtful gifts, and then people just feel like. So now, what I'm asking is money a thoughtful gift?
Money is a very thoughtful gift.
Because people like, there's no thought to it. You just give the person money, but if you go out of your way to like buy, not out of your way, but if you buy something and all of that, but then it could be 50-50 because the person might not like it, they might not appreciate it, but money feels like, let me just give you money. So is money a thoughtful gift? For me, money is a very thoughtful gift. Because at this point in time in Nigeria, money is a thoughtful gift. A brand new set of tires is a thoughtful gift. I mean, fuel is a thoughtful gift. Bag of rice.
Fuel the generator, fuel the car. That's a thoughtful gift. Bag of rice, tuber of yam.
Carton of chicken.
Bunch of plantain. Everything.
So, granite oil. Those are thoughtful gifts at this point, honestly.
You can even carry a Christmas tree to someone's house. Because Christmas trees now, except you want to really cut from your garden if you have one. Christmas trees like this one on set, very
Christmas
expensive.
lights. I remember then when we were in primary school. They would like, it was like a project, but they would always tell us, all my classmates, we should bring Christmas lights or Christmas tree and everything. And it used to be really cheap. I remember us like going to the market, they would buy for like 900, 1,000, 1,200, depending on the size that you wanted and the colors that you wanted. It used to be really cheap then. But Christmas lights now, oh my God, it's another thing.
I mean, at least you've even gotten to the lights. I'm talking about the tree. The Christmas tree. At this point, I'll just buy like mini trees and go and drop off. You know how people would normally give fruitcakes?
Cut down some mango trees or some branches and just improvise. DIY at this point.
You see what's even trending online now is you're seeing people online on various social media platforms making their own Christmas trees. So they turn a laundry basket upside down. They put like silks and then they start constructing because they're expensive. So you want to make someone's Christmas a forever Christmas, might as well just carry a Christmas tree and say Merry Christmas. Compliments of the season. The person will appreciate it.
I agree that they might appreciate it because I think it's also in the line of Nigerian women liking flowers. So if you give somebody Christmas tree, the person will be like, when they're not giving me right. Do you understand? It's that, I feel like it's in the same category. Some people might not appreciate a Christmas tree or Christmas, all those accessories, but they will definitely appreciate like money or food stuff.
I mean, I don't know. I know many people might not appreciate flowers, but I do.
Yeah, like that's some people.
It depends. Like fresh flowers, I guess. Fresh flowers. Now that it's illegal to basically give, how people normally used to put money in the rosette. So what they now do is, for you to even think of giving someone a monetary rosette or anything, you have to make sure it's not in Naira. So people are now trying to give like $1 bills wrapped up inside the rosette.
That's expensive.
That's expensive.
That's expensive. I think that's what I want for Christmas.
But actually, fresh flowers. I think fresh flowers says a lot
really
about
pretty. They're really pretty. But I think, for me, I don't know. I've never received them before, so I don't know if I don't like to, I'm trying to remove my mindset from, I don't like this and I don't like this and I'm being typical. I'm like, I always want to wait to experience them before I say
it's just from the heart. I think it depends. Like if you get fresh roses, a bunch of fresh roses on your desk and you just realize it's from someone that you care about.
But yes.
That
the person
that really makes you smile all day.
The person that sends it really matters. On Saturday, we're talking about like a favorite Christmas tradition. Do you have one?
My favorite Christmas tradition, I think it's the point where, one starts to unwrap gifts under the Christmas tree after the family prayers, and then you start to unwrap presents and all that. And also Christmas breakfast, I guess, breakfast on Christmas Day, and even the night before, Christmas dinner.
Christmas Eve.
So how it works is, we do have Christmas Eve in my family. So the evening before, we have that special Christmas dinner, and we actually all come together to make that dinner, right? So this tradition has actually been passed on from my grandma to my mom, and it's eventually going to be, of course, me that has to do that for my children when I eventually have them. So it's like the Christmas Eve Christmas that we have, and you see this a lot in foreign climes, but we still do it, and we still have Christmas on Christmas Day as well. So that evening is always cozy. It's not a thing, it's not a party, where people come in and start. It's just about family. And then you see the children, going to bed so happy because of the little intimate moment that they had with the family. But I mean, we can talk about Christmas forever.
I mean, on and on,
because it just brings so much cheer. And I wish I could just go away with this present and go and unwrap it very quickly. But yes, we do have a lot to come on today's show. We're going to be assessing headlines that are making the news this morning, find out how expensive Christmas is going to be this year and what the president perhaps is offering. Is he going to be offering more than a free national train rides? We'll find out if any of this makes the news this morning. So we begin with this day. National Bureau of Statistics, 51.88 million crime cases recorded in 12 months, 2.23 trillion naira ransom paid by victims, 2.23 trillion naira ransom paid by victims. Senate passes bill on new minimum capital requirements for insurance firms. CAF, Tinubu wife Akpabio, Sanwo-Olu, Uzodinma, hail Lukman, Unadozie, others. On Nigerian Tribune, kidnapped victims paid a 2.2 trillion naira ransom in 1 year. This is according to research by the National Bureau of Statistics. Says households experience 51,887,032 crime incidences. Edo Assembly suspends 18 local government chairmen. Customs seized 3,988 bags of rice along southwest borders. Oil theft. Army deactivates 42 illegal refineries, arrests 29 in Niger Delta. On Nigerian News Direct, insecurity. Nigerians lose 2.3 trillion naira to kidnap ransom payments in 12 months. MBS, as security forces eliminate 8,034 terrorists, rescue 7,967 hostages. ANSA reveals. LCCI backs Tinubu's reforms, calls for sound regulation to sustain new oil investments. Edo government gives 72-hour ultimatum to Ibodalo, other PDP supporters to return state vehicles. We saved over 3.7 billion naira after discovering 6,348 ghost workers. This is according to the Jigawa government. And on New Telegraph, insecurity. Nigerians paid 2.2 trillion naira ransom in 1 year, says MBS. Reps invite a CDS coerce over alleged constitutional breach. PMS, import drops by 71% as landing cost plunges by 36 naira to 940.59 naira. INEC restores Eze Okenwa as ABGA chairman. NCC seeks specialized lawyers' intervention in checking piracy, counterfeiting. I'm moving on straight to Daily Trust. 619,937 Nigerians killed, 2.2 million abducted in 1 year, the NBS says. Says kidnappers raked in 2.2 trillion naira ransom. Presidency, military, police silent. What federal government should do, according to a security expert. Senate wants foreign currencies use banned in Nigeria. Reps probe non-delivery of tractors, harvesters in $754.2 million, 141.6 billion naira deal. Banks restrict multiple account holders to 20,000 naira withdrawal. Jigawa uncovers 6,348 ghost workers receiving 3.7 billion naira. CCT, don't undermine court process. Lawyers tell Tinubu. We took $1 billion loan to support Dangote refinery. NNPCL speaks.
All right, I'll begin with the Daily Times. Insecurity, Senate charges police, DSS, Army to fish out perpetrators of Gombe killing. Senate passes 2024 Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Bill. INEC role model in election management, SINA, 754.2 million naira, 754.2 million dollars, 141.6 billion naira deal under fire as reps examine non-delivery of tractors and harvesters. PSC promotes 78 senior police officers, and ACRE-SAL project, FCTA disburses $25,000 to 10 FCT communities. Tinubu appoints Aisha Garba as UBEC head. The Matrix. CBN restricts POS operators to daily withdrawal of 100,000 naira per customer. Fight against corruption, ICPC talks tough. 6 end to frivolous petitions against judges and anti-graft agencies. Says they discourage those fighting against corruption. Announces recovery of 52 billion naira, 983,000 Wow. Interception of diverted 5.9 billion naira. BUA commences production at new state-of-the-art 2,400 tons day gypsum plaster manufacturing plant. Crashed Sikorsky helicopter wasn't fitted with FDR NSIB instincts. Indicts NCAA. Ghanaian President-elect Mahama visits Tinubu at presidential villa. Bovi condemns beating children, reveals son broke 3 TVs in anger. Celebrities, influencers promoting crypto assets without sponsored label will go to jail, SEC. Nigerians paid over 2.2 trillion naira as ransom in 1 year, NBS reveals. Says 51.89 crime incidents were recorded across Nigerian households during period. Moving over to Daily Sun. Senate laments killings, demand actions against criminal headers. 6 limit in implementation of ECOWAS Treaty on Free Movement. Unitide, FRSC police agreed to suspend checkpoints in Onitsha to free traffic. Rivers plane crash, helicopter had no flight data recorder, NSIB. Reps probe non-delivery of 2,000 tractors, 100 harvesters. Summon CDS Army Chief over arrest of Miyetti Ala leader. FG wants pro-chancellors threatens to sack warring councils. Unitide, police raid black spots nationwide, arrest 128 hoodlums. Moving over to Vanguard. Unitide, security agents make highways hell for us, travelers. Motorists, travelers recount ugly experiences. Police, reflection of rotten political class. We didn't send out our men to make money, force headquarters, vows to deal with any officer found wanting. Okwama, Army releases 81-year-old Okubaye to Senator Damfinone. Nigerians paid 2.23 trillion naira as ransom to kidnappers, MBS. And finally, First News. Same headline, Nigerians paid 2.23 trillion naira to kidnappers in 1 year. Rural areas suffer most as 65% of victims' families forced to pay for freedom. Senate moves to ban foreign currency use for local transactions. Jigawa government uncovers 6,348 ghost workers, save 314 million naira monthly. Finishers Junior wins FIFA Best Player of the Year 2024. And continue to build on your legacy. Tinubu hails Buhari in birthday tribute. Edo Assembly suspends all 18 LG chairmen, PDP kicks. Soludo, Biafran agitators hiding under lucrative criminality to terrorize Southeast. Gunmen kill university lecturer in Anambra amid rising insecurity. Senate calls for modern ranches to tackle insecurity.
All right, and of course, we're going to assess these headlines right now. We are joined all the way from River State by Mr. Fineface, Dumnamane Fineface, the Executive Director of Youth and Environmental Advocacy Center, YAC, Nigeria. I guess that's Mr. Fineface coming in. Mr. Fineface, good morning.
Good morning, Natalie, and good morning to your colleague.
My colleague.
Merry Christmas in advance, I must say.
Merry Christmas.
And,
the Christmas tree.
Yeah, just around me, already in the mood.
Oh, great. I mean, Christmas trees are so expensive right now. So when I see one, I'm like, signs of affluence.
Signs of affluence, indeed.
Not really. We are glowing in old glory. These things we bought when Nigeria was better than what it is today. So we are still dusting it and making it better for use.
And you see the quality of things then. I mean, if you've had it for years, it still lasts this long. All right, let's quickly head into our headlines this morning. And we'll begin with the one that cuts across all our dailies on all the headlines that we've seen. We've seen Nigerians paid over 2.2 trillion naira as ransom in 1 year. This is according to a report from the National Bureau of Statistics. And according to this report, the Southeast actually ranked lowest in these figures, these statistics, whereas the Northwest ranked the highest. What do you make of this data? What does this data mean to this country right now?
Yeah, Natalie, the first thing that came to my mind when I heard about this figure, 2.23 trillion naira paid at ransom, was that where did the National Bureau of Statistics got their data? Because the police have always told us, time with that number, that those they assisted to release from kidnappers then, that no ransom was paid. Or ransom was paid, and then they reported to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, but Nigerians were never told by the police. But then, let's say they work together and they always share the information to the National Bureau of Statistics that was able to put this figure together, and they're reeling it out to Nigerians. But now, look at the Northwest, where we now have reports of having the highest number of kidnapping. In the basic, general, conventional news, you hardly hear about multiple kidnapping coming from that area. But now they have recorded top in this particular scenario. Then the Southeast, that seems to be quote unquote notorious about issues around insecurity, they ranked low. So you can see the dynamics of what we have and why you should not judge a book by its cover. This is what we should now look at. Now the figures have been reeled out, 2.23 trillion naira. And if the security operatives do not work hard to create jobs for these boys to go out of this business, or at least to reduce them going into it, and also being able to reduce the incidence of people paying ransom for, after they were kidnapped, then people may not look at this figure as something I feel that is very lucrative, and that they can go into there to, tap out some money, and that means more insecurity for the country. So the government must do everything they can to address this issue, because anything that has to do with hostage taking, kidnapping for ransom is an organized crime. A lot of people are involved in this. We have done a lot of SIM card registration, a lot of our data have been collected. Let some of this data be used to address the issue of insecurity across Nigeria, especially this U-type period. It's very fundamental because Nigerians will be traveling and crisscrossing the country. It is important for there to be security for them to go and see their loved ones and return to their workplaces in the new year.
Still speaking on Unitide, there's a micro headline on Daily Sun and a major one on Vanguard. But I'll take the one on Daily Sun first. Unitide, FRSC police agreed to suspend checkpoints in Onitsha to free traffic. And the major one on Vanguard, Unitide, security agents make highways hell for us, travelers. There are major headlines here. Which read, motorists, travelers recount ugly experiences, police reflection of rotten political class, activists. We didn't send out our men to make money, force headquarters, and vows to deal with any officer found wanting. So do you think this is counterproductive? There's one that's saying they're going to free up the checkpoints in Onitsha. I think that's really good because it's going to ease the traffic. As someone who is from Anambra State, and whenever you're coming from Lagos, when we used to come back to the village, there will be so much traffic at that head bridge. There will be so much traffic there, and then you realize that it's just checkpoints on checkpoints on checkpoints. So I think that is very helpful. But in the same time, in the same vein, will it not increase insecurity? What about people who are smuggling illegal things? What about people who are bringing things, kidnapping and all of that? Do you think that it's going to be counterproductive? What is your take on easing traffic in this Unitide period with the checkpoints?
Well, I think the issue of disbanding checkpoints at the Onitsha to ease traffic is not very good reason why that should happen, because I think, to me, I'm not against checkpoint. The only reason why I'm against checkpoint is how police officers have metamorphosed the checkpoints into cash cow, where they make a lot of money from it. That is the only area that I'm worried about checkpoint. But I think that checkpoint is important to help Nigerians to provide security should people be smuggling things from point A to point B, which is likely going to happen more during this festive period. So I think the checkpoint should be sustained. And then if you see that traffic is building up very seriously, you deploy some men to walk along the way where the vehicles are lined up, and then you quickly clear people to pass. I wouldn't expect them to say, okay, because they want to ease traffic, they have to free up the area in Onitsha. Is it only in Onitsha that we have had checkpoints that keep people on the road and cause traffic? We've had it across the country. And now you see the other paper where travelers are saying that the police have made highway a kind of a hell for them. It's because they pay a lot of money. You can see how much PMS is costing now. They load and try to assist citizens by reducing the cost, and then they are traveling, they have to pay various police checkpoints before they move from point A to point B. I've heard some travelers complain that they pay as much as between 5,000 and 10,000 naira before they travel from here to Abuja, or travel from Port Harcourt to Lagos, to police on the road. And that is if you don't have any incriminating thing, like maybe your document has expired. But if you have that, you're going to spend more. So it's something I think that they need to try to provide security on the highway, while also not letting traffic as a result of their activities to make the road to be hell for traveler, because people are trying to move and meet up and then return to pick, especially the drivers. So I think they should provide security and not also create grimlock on the highway.
All right, let's look at this other headline taken from the Matrix before we circle back to this. CBN restricts POS operators to daily withdrawal of 100,000 naira per customer. And of course, this also comes with a weekly withdrawal limit of 500,000 naira. This is in a bid of the Apex Bank to make sure that this cashless policy actually works in Nigeria. Do you think that this is a step in the right direction? Do you think that the CBN should be limiting the amount of money that customers are able to withdraw from point of sale operators, from mobile money operators nationwide? Is this what Nigeria needs right now?
It's not a good policy, and it's not what Nigerians need right now, because they have not even been able to effectively manage the cashless policy they are trying to introduce. Apps are not even working. ATMs are not working. How are you making the online transfer? Over time, you heard about these websites going down. And those who are even trying to use the cashless policies are not really being able to do this. Now, take, for instance, they have brought about the policy of 100,000 naira for POS operators to can be able to withdraw from banks. Now, when you transport from point A to point B, where you go to look for these banks to withdraw the 100,000 naira, how much are you going to pay as transport? You are likely going to pay between 2,000 and 3,000 naira as transport, depending on where you live and the closeness of your bank to you as a POS operator. Now, this POS operator have been telling us that what they buy 100,000 naira from market sellers is 1,000 naira. But because things are now, cash is now kind of difficult to get, they are now paying 2,000 naira to buy 100,000 naira. So a POS operator that will leave his or her business to go and queue up in the bank just to withdraw 100,000 naira and will only be able to do so 5 times in a week. We better remain in the market, work with the market women who are receiving this cash, buy cash from them, sell it at exorbitant prices, and then it exchanges and revolves and recycles back to them again. So I think it's a policy that is not going to work. So they have not made it very attractive for POS operators to be able to access cash. And I think that they are just letting the market women to sell, recycle their cash, make more money out of it, and then POS operators will continue to run their business. So it's not a good policy.
Another thing I want to add, to this whole POS transaction before I go to this headline thing is, what do you think can make it easier in these times? Because we are seeing POS, there's a minimum of 100,000 naira, and if you go to the banks will tell you that they don't have cash. This period is always a period of they don't have cash. I remember, I think it was last year, I wanted to withdraw money and I had to go to 3 banks in total just to be able to get cash, 3 different branches and all of that. And then I think yesterday I withdrew, the charges I used to withdraw 15,000 naira was 600 naira. It's very expensive, But what do you think are the other alternatives that people can use in this time? Especially which, I will use Enugu as an example, with transport, there are places where you can't even pay, you must pay with cash. Not everybody is going to collect transfer or collect those other things from you. They are entering the public transport, you pay with cash. Do you understand? So you need cash. Even though some really weird people, if you want to buy something in a shop, they will tell you to add charges if you want to transfer. But let's not go into that. But what do you think are some of the other alternatives that people can use, just to ease transactions in this time?
I think what we need to do is the POS, they will continue to patronize POS because that's the only area you can get cash. Because if you go to bank, like you have mentioned, I was in the bank on Friday last week with 2 checks, an organizational check for that matter, just to ask for 20,000 naira, they refused to pay. That what they have and what they are giving to each customer is 10,000 naira. Until we started arguing, they said I should go to another branch, say this is my branch, so I should be giving the money. They say, okay, if you agree to take 200 naira notes, then we are going to consider you for just 1 check. That is an organizational account that is richer than an individual. Now, the point here again is that people use money to pay transports. Many local government headquarters in this country do not have a bank. They don't have banks. All the ATMs are not working. The only place you can have little money is from this POS operator, but it's difficult. So I think alternative and how people will be getting money to spend every day is that maybe if you go to church service, at the end of the church, you have to queue up for the pastor and the accounting department to gather resources, and they sell cash to you to also raise money that they make as gain on that back to support their church services. And again, a lot of people will also go to this transporter because you cannot go to use public transport and you go with ATM, maybe thinking the driver has a POS, it's not going to work, you have to pay. So going to drivers to also look for money is another way to go. Now, there are other big shopping centers that exist in the various local government headquarters and state headquarters. So people may also have to go there, talk with the management, and go there to buy cash. So the key here is that you must have to go to people who are receiving cash to buy cash. And that is helping in a way to recirculate wealth to people who have this cash to sell. But those who are at the receiving end going to buy every time, they are losing. The only people who are gaining after buying are the POS operator, because when they buy at higher prices, they also have to sell at higher prices in order to make money. But one advantage of this, I believe, is that it's going to reduce the incidence of people spreading cash like they do, which is even a criminal offense in the country, because if they are unable to get cash, then maybe it will reduce that to a minimal extent, especially in rural communities. But government must make sure that there is no how you can remove cash in a country like Nigeria, where the level of education sensitization is still very poor. Banking system is still very poor. Millions of Nigerians, over 100 million Nigerians, are without banking services. And you say you are going total cashless. It's not going to be possible.
All right, Mr.
The way we have the new Naira and the old Naira going pari passu is the way I think both cashless and cash should go pari passu for the country.
In utter confusion, isn't it? Two different currencies in one country. But let's also look at the surge in fintechs. As a result of the issues with the cashless policy and the Naira swap, when this presidency was coming on board, we saw the growth in fintech companies. We have so many different companies that are coming. I would not mention their names on air. But we saw that surge in fintech companies as a result of the challenges involved with the conventional commercial banks. Now the CBN is basically restricting the amount of money that customers can withdraw from these POS operators, and many of them make use of these fintech companies. So it's also now making some kind of impact, or having an impact on these POS operators who may not be able to supply what their customers need. If a customer wants more than 100,000 naira, the POS operator would not be able to deliver that. And even worse still, more than 500,000 naira weekly, the POS operator might not be able to supply that. So do you see the Apex Bank, in a bid to try to push this cashless policy, like you've rightly pointed out, is not feasible at this point in time, may now lead to the birth of brand new competition to deal with? Are we going to see a situation where people will decide to start storing their money in more innovative ways than taking their money to the bank, if they don't even have the option of accessing this money from the POS operator whom they are growing to trust daily?
Definitely, that is what it's going to be, because the point here is that when you release your money, because what the government is trying to do by going into cashless and restricting the amount you withdraw and what have you, is to reduce the amount of cash in circulation. That is what they are trying to achieve. How do you reduce this amount in circulation? When people realize that when they take their money to a bank, it's difficult to get it out, they are not going to store their money in banks. I have seen and interacted with a lot of market women who said they have accounts. Some of them say they don't have accounts, but they don't take their money to banks. They store their money in their houses. And some of them sell part of it to POS operators and other people who need the money, but they keep part of it because they know that when they put it in, they can't get it out. So that has made a lot of people to resort to olden days of storing money, whereby they put it under their pillow, they knock small box and hide it in their houses, and try it as much as possible. Even some of them even dig ground and bury their money to prevent it from being stolen. So all of these things are happening, and people are keeping some more money in their houses, especially those who depend on this cash to be able to run their businesses. So the policy is not going to work perfectly. It may reduce the availability and circulation of cash to an extent, but it's not going to address the problem they aim to be targeting very, very well by reducing the amount of money in circulation. It's going to be difficult because the level of operation of the country, the literacy level, fintech and other things is still there. Last 3 or 4 days, we heard about the arrest of multiple, some online and fintech operators in Lagos by the EFCC, trying to also make sure that they crack down on them, not to really run their system.
Yes.
Yeah. So all of these things put together is not really going to achieve the, but what they are doing is just to pretend they are working, but they're not really feeling the pulse of the people. Yes. I believe that before the CBN will come forward to put out a policy, they should hold zonal meetings, town hall meetings, feel the pulse of the people, and then what the people say is the way to go. They will not push it into circulation. Definitely. Because as they are even trying to withdraw Naira out of circulation, the Nigerian economy is being dollarized. Dollar is moving everywhere. So there is even more dollar in circulation in Nigeria than the Nigerian Naira.
Definitely. And now we're also looking at the Senate moving to ban foreign currency use for local transactions. So it's obvious that the leadership is aware of this threat. But let's also go back to a headline that Favor brought up earlier. Yuletide, FRSC police agreed to suspend checkpoints in Onitsha to free traffic. Now, it's rather troubling to me and, of course, to many other Nigerians that these security agencies try to overlook the fact that what people are really complaining about is not necessarily the fact that there are checkpoints to secure their lives, but the fact that these security operatives stationed at these checkpoints continue to extort and exploit them. They continue to ask for money, and now that Christmas is upon us, you can imagine that it's a total entitlement. Now they're saying they're going to withdraw or suspend these checkpoints. Why would they think that this is the solution? Why would they not address the problem of extortion, which people are complaining about, or even the thing where people have to get down from their cars and walk past these checkpoints? Was the solution really to suspend the checkpoints, or are they trying to pretend as if they don't know what travelers are complaining about at this point in time?
I think the solution is to, this checkpoint should continue. I support this checkpoint to continue. But what causes this traffic at checkpoints is because the police officers who have this entitlement mentality to collecting money from motorists, when they stop the vehicle they want to check, they allow the vehicle on the main road and then stay there to talk with the person that is driving that vehicle. I like how you
say talk with the person. What exactly are they talking about?
Yeah, they are saying, can I see your paper? Can I see your license on that road? But I think that they need to walk on the way. When the vehicle begins to slow down, they walk on the way. Any vehicle they want to check, they park the vehicle out of the road. When you park the vehicle, you now ask the driver to check the license and check all that, or check the vehicle you want to check. But they do this on the main road. So the solution will be for them to not check these vehicles on the main road, but take the vehicle by the side and check the vehicle. Removing roadblock totally like they are trying to do now to ease traffic is going to send signal to the criminal element in the society that this is a time for them to resume their criminal activities they could not carry out because there was checkpoints on that road. So all they need to do is to ensure that the roadblock and the checkpoint remains. And then when they want to check a particular vehicle, they park the vehicle out of the road. Because I've had this experience multiple times. When a police officer stops and wants to see a paper, I say, okay, let me park out there and say, no, you cannot move until you give me your paper. You have to spend some minutes there or some seconds there looking for your paper, get it and give them the paper. After they have collected it from you, they will now allow you to park out of the road. And within these few minutes and few seconds, a lot of vehicles, traffic would have been building up. And that is what happens, and then it becomes a problem. So the police should see what they can do to address this issue. I was also thinking that the second Niger bridge would be used, and then it will reduce traffic on the main Niger bridge in Onitsha, so that some of these things can help to allow people to arrive at their destination, because the traffic in that area has made a lot of people who are traveling to the north and the west not to arrive on time because they spend hours trying to cross that bridge because of traffic that the police is contributing to as a result of the roadblock and the checkpoint they mount on that road.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Fineface, for joining us this morning and your informed analysis. Always a pleasure having you on, and we hope to have you on the show more often. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Merry Christmas to you all in advance.
Compliments on the season. A beautiful tree, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, and that brings us to the very end of the newspaper review. We'll take a quick break now. When the morning show returns, we delve into around the region, where we find out what is happening in various states in southeastern Nigeria. Stay with us. A chance to win an early Christmas surprise this year on the Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special. How to win? Watch the Afia Morning Show on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17 or on YouTube at Afia News and on Facebook at Afia TV. Listen closely to the anchors, guests and correspondents. Watch out for the question of the day. Locate the live stream of the Afia Morning Show on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Afia News. Be the first to share your answer to the question in the comment section on YouTube. The winner will be announced during the next day's broadcast. The Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special lasts from Friday the 12th of December 2024 to Tuesday the 24th of December 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Proudly supported by
Looking to grow your business? At Afia TV, we've got just what you need. With our various on-screen advertising options like speechbacks, lower third, sidebars, right in front of your audience. With our lower third, your brand messages appear during the most viewed programs on TV, allowing your audience to see your message without interrupting their TV experience. Now, if you want to go big, our speechback is ideal because it puts your brand messages on spotlight without interrupting viewers' experience. With our sidebars, your brand messages also takes the spotlight on our screen, ensuring brand exposure. These advertising options are affordable, effective, and designed to drive results. Get started today and watch your business shoot up. For more inquiries, call the numbers on your screen.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on lunch break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
A chance to win an early Christmas surprise this year on the Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special. How to win? Watch the Afia Morning Show on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17 or on YouTube at Afia News and on Facebook at Afia TV. Listen closely to the anchors, guests and correspondents. Watch out for the question of the day. Locate the live stream of the Afia Morning Show on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Afia News. Be the first to share your answer to the question in the comment section on YouTube. The winner will be announced during the next day's broadcast. The Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas Special lasts from Friday the 12th of December 2024 to Tuesday the 24th of December 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Proudly supported by You're welcome back to the Afia Morning Show, reaching you live this Wednesday morning. And this is to remind you that our 12 Days of Christmas special is still on. And we'll be proud to announce the winner much later on today's show. The winner of yesterday's challenge or competition, the question that we asked, somebody was able to comment the right answer first. And much later, we'll be sharing the name of that lucky winner. And also drop in the question for today's show, to do well to pay attention to everything that you are seeing on screen. We move on now to Abia State, where the Abia Airport project has been flagged up for construction in Unsulu area of Isialangwa North Local Government area of Abia State. The flag up and groundbreaking ceremony took place in Unsulu. Emmanuel Wazwe, Afia TV Borough Chief in Abia State, witnessed the ceremony and now reports.
That all roads in the state led to Bahansulu on Tuesday, bringing together the creme de la creme of the state and beyond to a very colorful occasion, the groundbreaking ceremony of the Abia Airport. President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Minister for Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, said it was inconceivable that an industrial hub of the southeast like Abia had no airport.
Abia is the heart of industrialization of the southeast. It doesn't add up at all that the heart of industrialization of the southeast does not have an airport. And I can tell you that there are already plans afoot, myself and the governor just spoke, that it's not just going to be a passenger airport, but a cargo airport too. Most of the beautiful things we say made in Nigeria are made in Abia, most of them. There's no reason why we cannot process goods from here, manufactured in Nigeria, process them and export directly from Abia, instead of taking them elsewhere for logistic purposes. We should be very, very proud of what is happening here today.
He made a commitment to the people of Unsulu whenever the airport will kick off operation.
And I was just discussing with the governor before I came here. Take it from me. He told me that when the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria wants to commence the airport, the people of Unsulu first should be considered even before Abia State. MD Fan, stand up. I'm giving you a directive now. MD Fan, people of Unsulu first, before the people of Abia State. We'll talk about the percentage later. We're not talking of percentage now. But you must consider them first for employment and to run this airport in this state before you consider. It is their problem. Let them own it. Let them value it. And let them, run it for the good of the country.
On his part, Governor Lex Oti, while x-raying the economic and social importance of the project, said the airport would be something extraordinary.
We are poised to turn Abia into a major destination hub that will welcome hundreds of thousands of unique visitors from different parts of the world every month. Let me also make the point that we are not just building an airport that will be tucked away in some obscure location. No, far from it. We are building an airport city. Difference between an airport and an airport city, with a lot of ancillary developments around it. The Sulugan village is in this community, and we have started the process of making it functional. Other facilities, including hotels, will follow suit. Our inspiration will be impaired without a dedicated airport to serve our most important urban destination. Recall that I announced last week that we have reached an understanding with a major global hospitality brand to turn the long-abandoned Enyimba Hotel into a 250-room 5-star facility. This airport will therefore serve a new advantage to the appeal of Aba as an important destination in the West African sub-region. Umuahia, the state capital, is also witnessing a significant turnaround as we continue to remake the city into a thriving business and administrative center.
In their goodwill messages, former Senate President Adolphus Wabara, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu, Representative Ginger Onwusibe, who represents Isialangwa North and South, Minister of State for Labor and Productivity Nkiru Konye Georgia, and host of others eulogized the project and urged the government to pay adequate compensations.
Therefore, I want to appreciate Mr. President the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and my very dear friend, the Minister of Aviation, for making this possible in my lifetime.
And I want to thank you, Mr. Governor, for remembering our people. Why? Excellency, I want to thank you for considering our people, for considering Nsulu to sign this project. I want to also thank you for matching the federal government with funds to make it a full-blown airport.
I thank God that this is happening, and I also know that God will continue to make it happen more than this.
The president, alongside Governor Oti and others, performed the groundbreaking ceremony. Speaking earlier, the Commissioner for Land and Housing, Mr. Chaka Chukwumerije, says the project is about development and that the Nsulu people will be better for it.
Development is a good thing, and development begets development. So we're grateful to the federal government, we're grateful to the governor for this airport coming in. It's going to help to open up Abia more, and Nsulu as a host community would also benefit from the ensuing developments that would happen.
On the part of the people, what does the airport project mean to them?
They will be given. We don't resist government presence in our place because we are law-abiding people. We would like government to truly be represented in our community. I want to be part of it. So my community is happy to have the government in our land. We never had it like this before.
It's not like you doing me a favor now. This is a thing that will last, because this project will never leave this place. It will remain a specimen of what will kindle the young ones in the years to come ahead. So it's very, very fortunate affair, and I'm glad I'm able to see things of this nature in my lifetime.
The state government has just remembered the Nsulu people after so many years who have been in this community without development. This is the first time the Abia state government and the federal government is respecting the wishes of our people who have been clamoring for development thus far. And we are not expecting it so huge like this. We expected it was going to be a small project. But today, God has heard our cry. We have gotten a large project.
The Abia Airport will sit on 1,325 hectares of land, and according to the government, the rightful owners will be adequately compensated. From Obahan Sulu, in Isialangwa North Local Government Area of Abia State, Emmanuel Nwazwe reporting.
Thank you for that report, Emmanuel. And, I would like to describe this as a rapid turnaround, because right before this report, we learned that the community in question was saying that they did not need an airport, but we saw different reactions from the people who were interviewed for this report. So does that mean that the community is now more accepting of this cargo airport, as we've learned this Abia Airport is going to be cargo? Oji was raising this on the show yesterday, saying that the airport should be a cargo airport if Abia is truly a commercial hub. But now they've confirmed it. Festus Keyamo has said that this is going to be a cargo airport. How do you feel about this, Favor?
I mean, it's very beautiful to see development, especially in our region, and a cargo airport, it makes so much sense, especially for Abia State. Makes so much sense, for it to be in Abia State, for us to have the first of its kind or something really similar in the southeast. It makes a lot of sense. And like you said, you are seeing a rapid turnaround. I mean, everybody, when it comes to development, what we're used to, everybody's used to their comfort zone, they're used to comfort. So development will always cost some people some things.
Yes.
Demolitions, comfort, your business. It will cost you a little bit for you to move or to try something new and all of that. But it is a welcome development, and people who were affected, I think the right thing that should be done for this compensation.
Well, the fact that the Honorable Minister for Aviation said that the people would be the President Sulu people would be the priority when it comes to employment in the airport, I think that is a great sign of corporate social responsibility, because when you don't accept that you're operating your business within someone's community, within someone's land, and you overstep and you continue to do your thing without taking them into consideration, that is when you have a lot of pushback. But I think that whoever gave up the idea, or how the government sat together and decided that they would actually take these people's plight into consideration.
Land administration, management, and processes. So if you look at things like ease of obtaining your title, you know that is a core part of that indicator. If you look at also the ease of obtaining your construction permit, it's also another item on the ease of doing business. You're also now able to, at the comfort of your home, apply and conduct your searches, and you get the results almost immediately. So you can imagine the bundles of documents we had to digitize. We had to convert from their manual status to the digital, upload them to the digital platform. Imagine the survey, going back early 20th century. So this is a very old city with long history of several administrative hubs, because for you to have a full functional NG system, you must have your past records all uploaded into a digital platform. And we now have a line of sight of all the lands in our state. And what this has also done is that you are now able to monetize even your rural land. So you can basically come forward, that mansion you have in your village that has no maybe commercial or business value. With NGs today, you can actually approach NGs and obtain your title document for even the lands you have, the buildings you have in your various communities. It is also going to create transparency in our...
well debated. It was well debated. All the dots were looked at, all the T's were crossed, and at the end of the day, we brought the document to you, and you graciously made it a law by appending your signature. Today is remarkable because we have been in the business of making laws, but the political will to implement those laws have always been what we lack.
NGs will be the first of its type in Nigeria. This will be the first list, having worked in 3 other states on geographic information system in Nigeria. I can say this is the first of its type, where you do applications online we don't need to see you. You make your applications and receive your acknowledgement in your bedroom. This is something remarkable.
By implementing this cutting-edge technology, you are not only modernizing land administration, but also creating an enabling environment for investment, job creation, and urban planning.
The highlight was the commissioning of the Engis building.
With immense joy and pride that I formally commissioned the Enugu State Geographical Information System for the benefit of Ndi Enugu and humanity at large, and to the glory of God.
In Enugu, Chidinma Mado for Afia TV.
Thank you so much, Chidinma Madu, for that report. And of course, now we understand how this is going to, of course, impact the land administration in the state. But there's still so many questions that residents have, especially as we know that land disputes are, well, they're not news in Enugu. They happen all the time. So they want to know how this system would actually function and how, you know, realistic it will be in handling these issues between the communities and the government, between the communities and private investors. You know, all of these issues that seem to make it a very muddy and murky area to discuss in Enugu and, of course, in other states in southeast Nigeria. So right after the break, we're going to be joined by the Honorable Commissioner for Lands and Urban Development in the state to tell us how NGIS would actually function, the Enugu State Geographic Information System, how effective it will be in actually proper implementation and also making this a less murky business. But right before that, we have the pleasure to announce our winner for yesterday's edition of our 12 Days of Christmas special. You understand that we dropped a question and asked the viewers to go and comment what they thought was the correct answer. Yesterday's question was, who was the resident who was positive about Christmas despite the economic hardship in the country? Very simple question. All he had to do with was paying attention to the show and actually getting the resident's name. So we waited and waited and waited, and finally someone commented first. And indeed, 3 right answers at the given time. The winner of yesterday's challenge is none other than someone that'll be walking away with a pair of jeans from Everything Fashion Abuja. And I did promise a special gift from yours truly, of course, from me. And that is going to be a cup of ice cream from the winner's favorite ice cream brand, courtesy of yours truly, alongside the gift from Everything Fashion Abuja. So I have the proud pleasure, the honor of announcing the winner, who is none other than Chiamaka Uzochukwu. Congratulations, Chiamaka Uzochukwu. You are the winner of yesterday's edition of the 12 Days of Christmas special. So you do well to reach out to our number, which would come up on screen shortly, to claim your prize. And that is 0811-542-2594. Chiamaka Uzochukwu, reach out to 0811-542-2594. And for the third time, 0811-542-2594. Big congratulations to you. We'll be expecting your call to claim your 2 prizes from Afia TV much later today. So do well to stay tuned to today's show. We're going to be dropping yet another question, and another prize is up for grabs. We'll go on a quick break now. When the show returns, we're gaining more insights on NGIS and how it operates. Stay with us. A chance to win an early Christmas surprise this year on the Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas special. How to win? Watch the Afia Morning Show on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, or on YouTube at Afia News and on Facebook at Afia TV. Listen closely to the anchors, guests and correspondents. Watch out for the question of the day. Locate the live stream of the Afia Morning Show on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Afia News. Be the first to share your answer to the question in the comment section on YouTube. The winner will be announced during the next day's broadcast. The Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas special lasts from Friday the 12th of December 2024 to Tuesday the 24th of December 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Proudly supported by
You've often wondered, what does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? You know, what's the intersections? What are the conversations we're having about our Igbo spirituality, culture? An example is people wearing red cap. You know, everybody wears red cap. Are they entitled to wear it? What does Nzenoso mean? What does Igbo spirituality mean? How have we changed as a society over the last 20, 30, 50, 100 years? Every Thursday, 6 p.m., if you want to know more on libations. as I have a conversation with different people from all walks of life who common thread is being Igbo, or doing business with the Igbo, or living in Igbo land. What does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? Cheers. And, oh, I need to do this. Let me pour to our ancestors.
Week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibe and vibes of Afia.com.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Unka.
It means art in English,
where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
an incompetent means an incompetent person.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Join us on Gyno Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breast size. The frequency of breastfeeding means the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't don't sing along.
I did sing, for real.
You're not a backup singer.
I said it,
You've often wondered, what does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? You know, what's the intersections? What are the conversations we're having about our Igbo spirituality, culture? An example is people wearing red cap. You know, everybody wears red cap. Are they entitled to wear it? What does Nzen also mean? What does Igbo spirituality mean? How have we changed as a society over the last 20, 30, 50, 100 years? Every Thursday, 6 p.m., if you want to know more on Libation.
You're welcome back to the Afia Morning Show, 12 days of Christmas special. And we do apologize for this delay. We're still waiting for our special guest that will be joining us very, very soon on the show. And of course, we'll get into this issue of NGIS and understanding how it's going to operate. But right before that, we are going to be announcing the question for today. Remember, right before the break, we announced that Chiamaka Uzochukwu was the winner of yesterday's 12 days of Christmas special, as she was able to answer the question correctly first. So today's question is, pay attention to this, listen carefully. If you answer this correctly, you'll be walking away with another prize today. Right before that, remember that to answer, you need to go straight to Afia News on YouTube. Look for the AM show stream for the 18th of December, which is today. And be the first to share the correct answer under the stream on YouTube at Afia News. That is the new page that has been created for Afia News programs, separate from the Afia TV page that you all probably know about. So get your keypads ready to answer the question first. Today's question is, who would be prioritized first for employment at the Abia Airport once completed? And who said this? Who would be prioritized first for employment at the Abia Airport? And who said this? Favor, what's the prize for today?
Okay, I'm very excited for this one. Let us see what the prize is going
She's Santa's
to
bag.
be. I mean, what is in the bag? I would read the question again. Who would be prioritized first for employment at the Abia Airport once completed, and who said this? And the gift is a free hair treatment at Fuzo Airport.
Yes, free hair treatment.
December hair is ready.
December hair is all set.
To the men?
Well, this one is, I mean, you can gift it to your wife, you can gift it to your girlfriend, you can gift it to your sister, your niece, your aunt, your grandma, whomever you think deserves this prize. And of course, I'm going to reel out what this gift voucher actually entails. You're going to obtain detangling and shampoo for who you decide to give this to, or if you want to gift it to yourself, you're going to also experience a natural hair treatment, which includes moisturization. Also, scalp and neck massage. Oh my goodness, can you beat that? Scalp and neck massage as you're getting your hair detangled and shampooed. Natural hair updo or protective styling only. These are the items up for grabs if you're able to head on straight to Afia News right now and answer the question that we have just put on the screen. Of course, answer the question correctly first. You'll be walking away with this prize. I'll repeat, detangling and shampoo, natural hair treatment or moisture scalp and neck massage for who you think deserves this, or if you think you deserve this, natural hair updo and protective styling only. Fuzo Airport is a natural hair salon in Enugu State, located somewhere in New Haven. So if you win this, you are going to get all this treatment for free this festive season. Favor, what would you do if you actually were able to participate? Because we know you are not as Afia staff member.
Accounts. I'm going to get all my Bona accounts ready for this. But if I would win this, I mean, I have natural hair. I would need, oh my God, a scalp
lustrous
and neck,
natural hair.
and a neck massage. Oh my God, that's heaven.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
As the hair is being shampooed on one side, you're getting a massage on the other.
To win this, I am so jealous of you. I'm so envious of you, and watch your back. Watch your back.
Watch your back.
Because,
Is that a promise or a threat? You know, there's a difference between a promise and a threat.
It's a combination. With my full chest, it's a combination.
So it's a promise. She said, no, she's not threatening that she watch your back. It's a promising thing. No, you know, a promise. When someone threatens you, the person is just saying, if you don't sit down, I will do this to you. But when they promise you, it's going to happen. This is not any jokes. It's not jokes. It's not just talk. It's not cheap talk. This comes with action. Past reaction.
Fuso Airport, I think I can brag a bit about Fuso Airport. Like their quality, you know, we don't always see. If you have natural hair, you know, a lot of people don't pay attention to it. There's not a lot of key attention to natural hair because, you know, you go to a stylist and anytime let me not say my speech on air. But most times when I unravel my hair to make it, they're like, your hair is plenty. We touch this hair now.
Does it have to do with egg yolks?
No, oh my God. You know, and we touch this hair now. This hair is plenty. But when you go to a stylist or a natural hairport, they care about your natural hair. They have knowledge about it. They don't bully you into making styles that you might want to recreate a hairstyle. Like, you are not going to do a natural hair. Do you understand? But they don't bully you into creating those hairstyles. So that's why I say I'm really envious of whoever gets to, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't. My hair is texturized. I don't have natural hair, but I mean, I can still show up and decide to get that protective styling. But I mean, I believe for those of us who have permed hair, yes, I'm speaking for all the ladies out there. You can still go there and get your hair treated. I mean, whose hair wouldn't want to be moisturized? Whose neck wouldn't want to be massaged?
Oh my goodness!
I hope the answers are dropping. All this talk. See, you know it's Hamatan. I'm already dehydrated. I've been trying to keep my mouth fresh since. Like I've been speaking so much. Please go and comment the correct answer. I want this for you because I care about you and I care about what you do with your hair. So go on straight, drop the correct answer first. And at the next break, we'll check the comments and see if we have anyone that is close to winning at Afia News on YouTube. And congratulations once again to yesterday's winner, Chiamaka.
You and I so proud. You share with me.
She wrote the first one, Kingsley what? I was like, she wanted to be sure. You know when you write your name 10 times on your exam script, just so that you know that the lecturer knows
every
that
sheet, so that nothing will miss. Oh my goodness.
Or you cancel and you write mistake.
So I didn't know that it was
a mistake. Alrighty, I mean, good luck to you all, and I wish you all the best for today's 12 Days of Christmas special. Take a quick break now. Our guest has just arrived. When we come back, we'll be understanding of course, the Enugu State Geographic Information System much better. And stay tuned to today's show. We're going to be wrapping up with a very interesting, sonorous performance from a young prodigy who came by yesterday to serenade Afia TV with some Christmas hits. The program returns shortly. To stay. A chance to win an early Christmas surprise this year on the Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas special. How to win? Watch the Afia Morning Show on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17 or on YouTube at Afia News and on Facebook at Afia TV. Listen closely to the anchors, guests and correspondents. Watch out for the question of the day. Locate the live stream of the Afia Morning Show on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Afia News. Be the first to share your answer to the question in the comment section on YouTube. The winner will be announced during the next day's broadcast. The Afia Morning Show 12 Days of Christmas special lasts from Friday the 12th of December 2024 to Tuesday the 24th of December 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Proudly supported by
But why won't I be happy? Not just because it's festive season. It's moments of friendship and 60 million reasons to love. Small Pepe.
Babes, this dress is given.
Don't forget the earrings. Those are 2 reasons already.
The best reasons will make your heart beat faster. And make every laugh worth it. It's all about holding hands, sharing and enjoying happy times together.
Have more reasons to be happy with Niger dramas, football, and more smiles on DSTV this festive season. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
You've often wondered, what does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? You know, what's the intersections? What are the conversations we're having about our Igbo spirituality, culture? An example is people wearing red cap. You know, everybody wears red cap. Are they entitled to wear it? What does Nzen also mean? What does Igbo spirituality mean? How have we changed as a society over the last 20, 30, 50, 100 years? Every Thursday, 6 p.m., if you want to know more on libations, as I have a conversation with different people from all walks of life who common thread is being Igbo, or doing business with the Igbo, or living in Igbo land. What does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? Cheers. And, I need to do this. Let me pour to our ancestors.
You're welcome back to the Afia Morning Show, 12 days of Christmas special, and thank you for staying with us. Remember, we are still waiting for your answers. Be the first to drop the correct answer, and you'll be walking away with today's prizes. But right now, we're going to be discussing what is topical, what is trending, and what is happening in Enugu State right now, and that involves the Enugu State's geographic information system. So many questions have arisen. How does this work? Would this be enough to solve the land disputes in the state? How exactly can people access the information on this platform? Joining us now is Barrister Chimo Biokori, the Commissioner for Lands and Urban Development in Enugu State, and of course, his first time on Afia TV. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Thank you a lot, Natalie. Thank you. Good morning.
And big congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you a lot.
Compliments of the season. I mean, congrats on your appointments. And we hope to, get more information on land administration and management in the states. Now we finally have a commissioner in the ministry. Thank you.
Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot.
All right. So, people are asking a lot of questions. NGIS has come with huge expectations. And, with what the government has promised, that is going to end the menace of double allocations, of racketeering, basically, in the land administration process. Expectations are quite high. How would NGIS actually tackle these issues? Realistically, how is it going to solve the problem of land use and ownership in Enugu State?
Thank you again. Good morning, viewers. So nice to be here. I would quickly start by saying that the concept of the NGIS is not an accident. It's important that we link it back to the statement of purpose, the manifesto document, if you like, of His Excellency, Dr. Peter Mbah, the governor, at the time the candidate. And you will see that he was emphatic when he said that he would deploy the GIS for land use, land administration and management in Enugu. So it's an agenda he put in place based on deep thoughts and research. It's found out that the land administration system needed to be optimized. It's found out that coming from the agenda of making Enugu the destination of choice for investors, for living, for visitors, you definitely needed to create comfort. You needed to de-risk a lot of the investments. So we didn't think that there was need to to continue having, some litterings of issues of land grabbing, issues of double allocations and stuff like that. So His Excellency was very intentional about that, and it shouldn't be a surprise to Enugu, therefore, that in barely 18 months, he has delivered on this, just like he has done on many other agenda items. Yeah, so it's a tool that is user-friendly. It's a tool that will encourage the entire land process online. So what you find out is that at the comfort of your bedroom, at the comfort of your office, at a click of button, you are doing practically all the engagements you need to do with respect to land. You're running a search on land. You're able to do your recertification on your title. You're able to start a fresh process, an application for land. Go it through the point of approval and the issuance of the certificate by His Excellency.
Now, that is where we are right now. People are wondering how this is actually going to work, the how question. We understand that it looks, as glorifying as other technological advancements we see in the current society, but they want to know how would they actually be in their bedrooms and be able to go ahead and get their C of Os and the rest in 48 hours. How does NGIS actually work? What software does NGIS use? How trained are the personnel that would be handling this software? These are the questions residents have.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's first of all, we're only repeating what's been a winner in other places, as a matter of fact. So on the how, we can say it's been done elsewhere. Abuja land administration process is a success because of, they call theirs AGIS. We call ours ENGIS, NGIS. That's the acronym we run with here. And so recall that it's a product of research. We found out that there were redundancies in our land process, and we thought that there was need to optimize. Again, His Excellency has mentioned the fact that land is actually an asset. It's a sleeping asset, or it has been a sleeping asset. So his agenda is to unlock this asset for people, for Enugu. So even beyond just the process is the fact that people have had mansions, buildings, probably in the hinterlands, in the village, which didn't have any commercial value. So part of what His Excellency has clearly directed us on is to create a uniform, title administration system such that you can come in, register your land, your house in the village, and have a proper title document for that. With that, you discover that an asset has just been unlocked. You can walk into the bank with that and, get a facility. You can negotiate a mortgage with it. You can do business with it.
Are we saying that NGIS is going to rely on people coming forth to actually register their land? What is the strategy for data gathering of this land and actually making use of that data? Because we understand that data is a national concern. What is the strategy for getting the data on all of the land in Enugu? What master plan is NGIS based on?
The data is actually already there in the software. So what it is that NGIS is already a platform that shows you the entire land resource in Enugu. So at that click of button, you're viewing every square meter in Enugu, real time. You're able to tell where it's available. You're able to tell where it's built up. You're able to tell where it's hilly, where it's swampy. And so it's data that is already available.
How was that data gathered?
Well, it's technology again, like you said. We have deployed the geospatial technology, so we have been able to first go back. Recall that Enugu is an old town. Enugu is over 100 years as a city. So it has hosted, it has been the headquarters of the southern Nigeria, the good old eastern region, and then down to Anambra State and down to what it has become today. So the land resource is a lot. The records are a lot. And we have mocked up this data. We have had to do a lot of digitization and digitalization. So all of that has now been uploaded and they're available online.
There are a couple of questions I want to ask. So the first one is, how do Because I would like to think that some stakeholders when it comes to lands are, the agents, the real estate agents, the people who, sell lands to people, the property developers and all of that. So how informed are they about this? Because sometimes what we see about lands is, I'm already starting to think as a citizen and thinking worst case scenario where somebody will tell you, forget that, this thing is not updated, it's not up to date. Do you understand? So cases like that. So what was the interaction with these stakeholders like, before this NGs was created?
It's an ongoing engagement.
Okay.
We have our stakeholders in the entire land ecosystem. The agents, like you mentioned, the surveyors, the town planners, the developers, the lawyers, the geography experts. And so you find out that we are engaging on an ongoing basis. We have the clear instructions of His Excellency, the Governor, Dr. Mba, to engage with each of these, our stakeholders, to get them to understand the process, to get them to understand the expectations, and to reassure them that it's a win-win for everybody.
All right. Now we're looking at communities who obviously have what they call ancestral land that they've amassed over time, and of course that they hope to continue to give their generations to come. How does NGs take communal land, ancestral land, into consideration? Because one of the major issues we have with land administration in Enugu State is the fact that government often acquires land, and sometimes communities feel that they are not carried along. You just hear that some people came about and decided to hand over the land to the government, and people who are also stakeholders do not feel carried along. So there's a lot of politics involved in land management. How would NGs reconcile the issues of communities and government when it comes to land acquisition? How well were communities carried along in the data gathering process that actually resulted in the NGs that we have today?
Thank you very much. Now, it's important to also break it down to the basics. Recall that His Excellency, the Governor, runs a very engaging kind of administration. So what he's doing is to help ensure that individuals, companies, families, households unlock these assets. Not that we're taking the assets. We're helping them to unlock it. What we're looking at is actually a collective win for everybody. So what we're saying is your land can be put to a better use by you, not by anybody else. So it's not a case of taking. It's a case of opening eyes to appreciate the value of land.
Does NGs identify communal land? Because we do have land that is ancestral, like I said, owned by communities, and land owned by private individuals or families, so to speak. How does NGs identify communal land owned by families and land owned by private individuals? What is the architecture around it?
Yeah, so that's where we are now talking of regularizing titles. So people, families, individuals are encouraged to come up to regularize titles. Recall that what usually happens where your title is communal or family, your root of title becomes largely oral tradition. My grandfather said it's our land. And where you have conflicts could be that your own grandfather told you the same thing. And both grandparents are late now. So that with the NGs, people are encouraged to come up and register and acquire valid title for that land, irrespective of where it is.
How are they encouraged to come forward? What is the mechanism to make them come forward? Is this the only means of gathering that information? Do they have to come forward? How are they encouraged to?
Like I said, the platform makes it a lot easier.
How?
So come forward now doesn't have to be physical. It means that even as you sit here, you could click and regularize your
What would
title.
make me want to do that?
That's the awareness we're creating. We are trying to let you know that it will unlock your asset. Your land is really like a sleeping asset.
When you say unlock your assets, how do you mean?
When we say unlock your asset, we say there's value in that land beyond just the emotions you attach to land. There is real-time value. We say that if you have valid title over that land, it's something you can do a lot of business with. It's something you can mortgage. It's something you can place for a loan.
Can you provide more clarity around it? I've asked a series of questions. First off, you said to encourage people to come forth.
Yeah.
How? You talked about awareness, right?
Yes.
So how would that awareness, how would they be encouraged to, what would make them want to do it? What is this value that they are going to unlock simply by coming forward? I want us to understand this system holistically. Can you do that for us?
Yes, thank you very much. Now, the point is, one is that it's recognized that land is fixed, relatively fixed. So the area we call Enugu is not going to expand anytime soon, right? So the portion you have, your 2,000 square meters, your 1,500 square meters will not expand suddenly. And so the vision of His Excellency, when he says to make Enugu the destination of choice for investments, is that we all tie up all this. So you will appreciate that what you have in your hand, technically, that your 1,500 square meters is also an investable asset. It's not just land that you go and look at every once in a while and smile. Yes, my father gave me this. It is an asset that you can just with proper title. So that's the point. Because no bank is going to just take it by your word that my father said that's our land. So can you? So when we help unlock these assets, it's by perfecting the title. The recertification process, for instance, or proper registration where it hasn't even been registered before. So that's where. And then the engagements are really starting with, like I said, our key stakeholders. We're going to have town hall meetings. And His Excellency has given clear directions and clear support on that. We have reached out to the various professional associations, the various town union executives, traditional rulers, people of influence.
All right. Now, Enugu State and the issue of the master plan. We understand that with the master plan, we know where developmental, infrastructure should be, where this area, what area is delineated for what particular infrastructure or business, so to speak. We know which is residential, which is commercial, and the rest. So on what master plan is NGIS actually based? Because that is very important in ensuring that the master plan is actually current, the contemporary plan that can take into consideration the contemporary, outlay of Enugu State.
Yeah, it's safe to say that it hasn't always been so much about plan as about fidelity to the plan. So
when last was the plan updated?
We're actually working on an update right now, and hopefully we should be done with it by, in a few months. So we're going to have a master plan that clearly tells you where is what, where are the residential areas, where are the industrial areas, where is delineated for agriculture, and that is part of the whole agenda to make it investment friendly. Because what it means that an investor, you can tell that that piece of land you're interested in, if you want to come in for agriculture, is on the plan, delineated for agriculture purposes. And with that, you're good to go. Nobody's going to come tomorrow and say you're abusing the approved use for the location.
All right. Now, this GIS, how would it tackle the existing land racketeering, the existing land disputes in the state? What's its role in all of that? Because if we're asking people to come forward and there are two people fighting for a certain plot of land, and one person comes forward, for instance, and that person has a conflicting interest because another person involved is still saying that they own that land. So how does NGIS now determine who is the authentic landowner? Because anybody that comes forth and has a title document that is conflicting with another would take ownership of that land. How would NGIS function, in view of all these disputes?
Thank you again. Recall that the NGIS is a creation of law. So His Excellency had to propose a bill, the Enugu Geographic Information Systems Law, which has been signed into law. And recall that there are other complementing legislations. We have the Property Protection Law, which essentially, we know on the common parlance as the anti-land grabbing law in Enugu. So the whole idea of these all is to tie up into one thing: safety, confidence building, and de-risking investments. What it means today is that if you go online to run your...
This is a serious problem in Nigeria. It's very easy to start, but maintaining it over time, especially after this administration, could be a challenge. So how is this government taking into consideration sustainability of this system? If data in that system is not updated frequently, you could have lapses, you know, and eventually you have even more land racketeering. So what is the plan for that?
Thank you again. As a fact, you took that word from me, from my mouth, like they will say. That has become entrenched in Enugu. And it wouldn't matter who, you know, comes in or who goes tomorrow. And then, like I said, there are also these other pieces of legislation that are intertwined and that support. And of course, you have the overarching Land Use Act, which clearly provides direction on use and management of land resources. This is at the doorstep of the governor, who holds in trust for Enugu.
All right, I think because of time we'll have to call it a day, but this conversation is definitely going to continue. There's still lots of issues that need to be understood in the area of NGs, but I think we've already exhausted all that we can on the show today. But definitely, as the matters continue, as we see, you know, more activity around NGs, we would also reconvene to address all of those with you. So when are we going to expect that people start to actually register, like you pointed out? When is this NGs going to become fully operational? Now it's been commissioned. When are we going to see activity around it?
It's live.
It's live.
It's live. NGs, you know, .en.gov.ng. You can go on live.
Go online and test it.
It's you know, and that's the point. His Excellency does not start a thing and then go to bed. So before he commissioned, he was sure on the commissioning date there were real-time tests. You know, people ran searches on properties that day. People tried to do recertification processes, and they confirmed that it could work.
All right.
So it's perfect.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning, Barrister Chimaobi Okorie, Commissioner for Lands and Urban Development in Enugu State. We'll still continue this conversation, definitely. Let's see how NGS works, and then we will take it from there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Appreciate it. Thank you, Allah.
And now it's time for what we've been assuring for a long time, and that is this performance that is going to put you entirely in the spirit of Christmas. Yesterday, like I said before, a young violinist, Onyedikachi Samuel Weke, serenaded Afia TV crew with a violin performance. He brought alive the spirit of Christmas with sonorous melodies that only just made us understand that Christmas is only days away. Take a look. We'll be right back. 14-year-old Onyedikachi Samuel Weke, a native of Ebonyi State, has been playing the violin since he was 12 years old. A student of the University of Nigeria Secondary School, he refined his talent with the help of his teacher, Mr. Wisdom. Onyedikachi paid a visit to Afia TV yesterday and serenaded us with his instrument.
I just started in JS1 to start learning the violin. I didn't even know I learned the violin. It's when my teacher came, full of spirit, so motivated, ready to teach, and I became inspired and I wanted to learn the violin. At first, there were other people that were also learning, but other people were better than me. Like I was just attending, holding the violin and all this stuff. They were better than me at doing everything. I was like, I'm at the least. I'm at the last one. I can't do anything right. But still, I didn't give up. I kept on trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. Eventually, when I entered JS2, I improved very well. And I didn't have a violin at that time. Though the school violin was into practice until. Eke Onyedikachi. I am currently at Afia TV, and I'm wishing everyone Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Oh my goodness. I wish you could go on and speak about this, but I am entirely in a hurry to get off this set and rush straight to the shop and buy things for everybody I love. I mean, Merry Christmas to you all. Good one, Onyedikachi. I mean, it was totally amazing.
Who doesn't love to be serenaded?
Who doesn't love to be serenaded? But before we leave, remember, you can also be a part of the spirit of Christmas being advocated by Afia TV simply by answering the question first: who would be prioritized first for employment at the Abia Airport once completed? And who said this? Head on straight to Afia News on YouTube and be the first to comment the correct answer, and you would be winning this prize. For yesterday's winner, do well to call 0811-542-2594. I repeat, 0811-542-2594 to claim your prize. Two prizes actually: a pair of jeans from Everything Fashion Abuja and a cup of ice cream from yours truly, from your favorite ice cream brand. Thank you once again for watching the show. Business Morning comes up next. My name is Nathalie Uku.
And I'm Favor Obinyeluba. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You've often wondered, what does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? You know, what's the intersections? What are the conversations we're having about our Igbo spirituality, culture? An example is people wearing red cap. You know, everybody wears red cap. Are they entitled to wear it? What does Nzenoso mean? What does Igbo spirituality mean? How have we changed as a society over the last 20, 30, 50, 100 years? Every Thursday, 6